All right. Can you change it to the screen share where it's my screen share?
Let me try. Here we go. All right.
Okay. We're live.
I think it's starting a broadcast. Oh shoot. Ah, but this will go for my laptop, right?
What's that?
Broadcasting. The broadcasting will go from my laptop, right?
I'm not sure. Let me check the. So it's live, right? We're live.
It is starting right now.
So let me mute this tab.
I'm not sure. Let me.
Oh yeah, the live stream looks
So it's
great.
live, right? We're live.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
yeah,
it's
we're
fine.
good. Yeah, they must do
Maybe
some magic or something.
maybe the UI is just not uploading. Okay. Do we have three? Do you have three browser? We want to demo this with three browser, by the way. So
Okay. Can you? Okay. Cool. Well, anyway, let's go live and then we can like work through this.
it is live.
So
It's
we're
live.
live. Cool. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the airport edition of the Plasmo demo. What number are we now?
14, I think. Yeah, number 14.
Lucky number 14. It's double seven, so it's like even more lucky than seven. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This one is going to be interesting. So we're going to be demoing an example. Louis, you want to talk more about the example?
Yeah, so last week we learned a new feature to Plasmo. The feature allows you to actually shadowing kind of your component per target. Per target, you can have shadowing the entry file for your target browser. So, for example, if you have a pops up for, if you want two different pops up for Firefox and for Chrome, right? Then before you kind of have to do some either user agent checking or something like that. But now all you have to do is just do you make two files, one for pop-up. The base pop-up will be used for Chrome if there's no target specific target file. But if you add a pops-up.firefox and you run pnpm, if you run Plasmo build or Plasmo dev with the target of Firefox MV2, that Firefox entry file will be picked up. Yeah, and the same behavior we do. So in the example that I added, I also added the with Brave as well. So there's also a Brave browser kind of a Brave browser entry file in the pops up. Yeah. So there are three of them. So if you go out and do pmpmi, you don't do pmpmi yet.
So we do pnpmi.
Yeah. So it should add all the dependency for the project, and then you would run pnpm build, and then you would load the artifact of those build into Firefox, Brave, and Chrome. And the idea is that when you go to each browser, they would have that the specific entry kind of pops up per browser.
Got it. So let's go into. Okay, so you can do dev Firefox, dev Chrome, right?
No, you do build. You do pnpm build only.
And then it will run. So when we do build, it's going to run all of the different build scripts. So Chrome, Firefox, and Brave. pnpm build. Let's go up here. Okay. Well, that's not supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, that error you saw just now was weird. There's an error when you do pmpmi.
Oh, there was an error when I did pmpmi?
Yeah, there was.
Interesting.
Also, what the hell? My battery is running low.
Okay. I think I might be. Hold on, let me see. pnpm which Plasmo? Yeah. I'm not sure. So maybe does pnpm build work for you?
No. You need to pull the yeah. Interesting. You also don't have it. You have to pull the the submodule. We have a submodule. There's a new submodule in the project.
I see. So I don't have it, so I need to pull it.
Yeah.
So is that in packages? Okay, Lewis is currently disconnected. I will debug this with all of you, dear viewers, while Lewis is reconnecting. So let's go to Plasmo. Let's go. So basically, there is a submodule that I need to pull. Yeah, this one. So I don't have this submodule, so I need to add it. Let me just make sure that I'm still live. Give me a sec, guys. Yep, still live. All right. So it actually looks like I have it here. So let me see. Maybe, yeah. So, okay, let's do some live coding, and we're gonna do some bash scripting. So if you look, all of these submodules, so this one's main. Unfortunately, this one was a hash. So what I want to do is I want to go through each of these folders and do git checkout main and then git pull origin main. So the way I'm going to do that is I will do an LSL. I think there's a, can you do that? No. So yeah, sometimes like these bash scripts, when you add a -0, it's going to give you all of these different components that get printed out. And the way they're going to separate them is via the null byte. So the reason that's really cool is because then you can pipe it into stuff like xargs. And then you can tell xargs that you're expecting all of the different different elements to be separated by null byte, and then you don't have any like weird issues. Unfortunately, that's not the case for LS, or maybe there's another way to do it, which I don't know what it is. So instead, we're going to do LSL, which basically, like when you pipe it into xargs, it's only going to, xargs is only going to see constants. It's only going to see config. It's not going to see all this other stuff. I believe this probably isn't printed as standard out, but maybe something else. That's my assumption. I didn't take a look. Don't quote me on that. So let's do a LSL xargs, and then just to make sure that it works, let's do echo $1. So yeah, unfortunately, it gives you all of that information. So so Lewis is having trouble to connect. He just messaged me. As you can see from, okay. So just an update for everyone. Let me put this here. Just an update on Lewis. Lewis is going to make this flight. He's having a great time, but unfortunately, his laptop ran out of battery, which is such a shame. So he won't be joining the stream. However, we will continue and show you the cool stuff on the targets. So in this case, if I do ls, yeah, okay, so I just need to do ls. I don't know why I thought I had to do -l. Sometimes you have to, but I guess it doesn't have to be for this one. So basically what we're going to do is so xargs, it's really cool if you guys don't know about it. This is kind of going away from Chrome extensions or browser extensions in general, but these are helpful things that, if you're building any sort of like project, you'll want to know these things because they can help you kind of be more efficient. So like, obviously one of the things you can do is you can write a JavaScript program that can do all this, or you can write a Python program or whatever you're comfortable with. But the thing about it is like, at the end of the day, bash is like a quick solution. So that's what we're going to use. So we're listing all the directories, xargs. We're going to basically cd into the directory, semicolon separates commands. Then we're going to do git checkout main, and then we're going to do git pull origin main, and then we're going to cd dash. So you guys don't know about dash, it's another bash thing. Dash, what it basically here, what the context is like cd back into the directory I was in before I was in this directory, which is super useful for stuff like this, right? So we're gonna wrap all of this in quotes. And another bash thing that's kind of cool is single quotes interpret this literally. So $1, that's $1. Anything else is like the same, right? It's not going to substitute string. It's not going to do any sort of magic. You can have like quotes in here and it's like fine. But when you have double quotes like what we have here, it's actually saying to Bash, hey, this is like an actual string I want you to think hard about and don't just view it as a raw string. And basically that's kind of the idea, right? So we want to have this $1 actually substitute. So now when I run this, hopefully it should do the right thing. No such file or directory. So it gives me a CD blank, which kind of sucks. Sometimes this happens, and I'm not like a bash guru enough to know why. That seems to only have done it for the current directory, and we've now CD'd into another directory. Sometimes if you put like a backtick, it'll work. No. Okay. So now we have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is we do an A or another letter .sh, and then we say, so first we go to Google, because you will find all your answers on Google. And the thing we're gonna ask for is, so I'm just doing another screen, but I will move it over. Oh, hey, Lewis, you're back.
Oh wow, you're still here. Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. I was teaching. I was doing a class on Bash, and I couldn't figure out how to do something, so now I'm Googling something. But okay. So let me ask you, because like, so which submodule was that? So you talked about
sorry. Go out. You have to go to Plasmo. The Plasmo folder would have the Git module file, right? That is where.
Okay. I see. So we have Git modules here.
Yeah, you would do Git submodule sync.
Git submodule sync. Okay.
And then Git submodule pull. You have to go up. You just look up how to pull to submodule. Yeah, because Git pull doesn't do it for you. You have to follow it. Right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Nice.
Use 311 for carry counts and help speed your trip through security.
I wonder if like some OSINT nerds can figure out what airport you're in. That's like a test. If you can do that, we'll give you an OSINT role on our Discord. If you can figure out what airport Lewis is currently in.
Well, there's only one airport in where I live anyway.
Well, they don't. I don't know, but if they know where you live, that's really impressive. But yeah,
they can just look it up on my freaking LinkedIn.
Oh, that's OSINT, you know.
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
now you can do PMPMI. Yeah, now you can do PMPMI. It should work. Okay.
Let's see. All right, already up to date.
Yeah. Now go inside that project and.
All right. So let's go to examples. Okay. So.
I should mute myself.
Yeah. But we do enjoy the airport atmosphere. It's a vibe, you know. If people want to feel like they're in the airport, you know, maybe you should unmute. Type in the chat if you want the airport vibe. Okay, keep doing this. Okay, so we're here, right? So now let's CD into many targets. All right, so this is the cool project that Lewis was talking about. So we're here. Let's do pm-pm-i and then pm-pm build. Okay, same thing. It's talking about how I don't have the HMR runtime.js. You know what's going on, Lewis? You're muted in case you're talking. I'm not sure if you're talking.
Do you have pm-pm? Do you run pm-pm build?
Yeah, pm-pm build.
I'm pretty sure the Plasmo command is still linked to your local command. That's why. So it's still looking at your, right now, the cache, right? It's not looking at the cache, it's looking at the build source, right? So you have to do, so just go out to your project and run pnpm dev CLI, run pnpm dev CLI. Yeah. So that should trigger the build to build everything.
All right.
Yeah. Now you should be able to.
Yeah, there it is. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you just find a way to separate them. You just find a way to separate them though.
Yeah. So okay. So now we have this. Let me stop screen sharing. Don't worry, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to open up Firefox. I don't want anything to leave. Firefox. Open up Brave. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then Chrome. Okay, that's not the profile I want.
Use 311 for carry-ons and to help speed your trip through security.
Amazing. Okay, I have all of the browsers.
Okay.
So now let me screen share again. Screen share. Screen 2. All right, there we go. Crypto.com. Not sponsored. Okay, so okay, Louis, do you know off the top of your head how to do this for Firefox? How to load an extension?
Oh, just go to the extension page and try to click around, do the debug extension. You find. Oh, I do have the page actually. I do have the page on my.
Is there like a URL I can put in?
Yeah. There's an URL. Here. All right. By the way, I need to bounce. I think that I need to go to my. Need to board the flight.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, Louis, have a safe flight. I'm sure all the viewers also wish you the best.
Yeah, thanks, boss.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I'll demo this, and you can watch the VOD to see
Alright.
the demo. Take care, man.
All right, take care. You too.
Bye-bye.
I will just let the stream run for you. Or you can move to another one. Okay, I guess.
Yeah. As long like you can, I think you can just like disconnect. I'll still be here.
All right.
All right. Take care, man.
Okay.
All right, folks. I really enjoyed the the vibe that we were getting with the airport sounds. So I'm a little bit sad. Also, Louis, it was great to talk with him, but Louis needs to get on a flight, so it's just us. So let me go here. So I finally loaded up. So on Firefox, I'm not so familiar to be totally honest, I'm not so familiar with like how to do stuff with Firefox. So Louis gave me a URL. So here what we're gonna do is we're gonna load a temporary add-on. Again, make sure I don't leak stuff. Let me just exit screen share. So I will load the temporary add-on. So I'm going to go to the Plasma directory, and then I am going to go to the examples, and I'm going to load this example that we just created, that we just built with a pnpm build. Let me just do that real quick, and then I will turn the screen share back on. 1 sec. Okay, here it is. Build. And I'm going to talk about the file structure because it's really cool as well. All right. There we go. I loaded it on Firefox. Let me just load it real quick on Brave and on Chrome as well. Let's see that it works on all of them. Cool, and then Chrome. All right, so let's go screen share and I'll show you all the magic. Screen 2. All right, cool. All right, so first things first, let's look at the code, right? Like what it built, not the actual code. So when we go, so like before, yeah, let me full screen this guy. Okay, so if you're familiar with doing Plasma stuff, you know that pnpm build, pnpm dev, they'll create this build folder. When you go into the build folder, you'll have like your target setup. What's really cool about this particular like feature that we added is when you go into your when you're like setting all this stuff up, rather than like having some weird like concoction of like, oh, I want this. So basically, the problem we're solving here, maybe if I start with that, that would be easier. You have a pop-up. Your extension does cool stuff with a pop-up, but you want the pop-up to be different per browser, right? Like maybe Firefox has some feature that Chrome doesn't have, and neither does Brave, or maybe they all have different features from each other, right? Let's just assume. A concrete example of that could be something like where potentially you're using like, for example, like Brave. Okay, like Brave, Edge, I believe, also Firefox. Basically, any non-Google browser doesn't have Google Cloud Messaging. I am pretty sure about Brave. I'm definitely sure about Edge. They don't have Google Cloud Messaging. So potentially, right, like maybe you want to pop up where it does something else, like it exports a different React component if it doesn't have some feature that like another thing has. You can also do it with an if statement. So like in that example, maybe it's a little bit contrived because you can just have an if statement that says, if chrome.gcm, then do stuff. But the important thing here is like there could be more complicated examples, but you really want to keep those two things separate. So this is where it comes in. So let's cat every file here. So yeah, that's like a bunch of stuff. So let's go through. So you see like there's like a Brave index pop-up. So you say like this is a Brave pop-up, okay? And then we continue. And then you have like a Firefox index pop-up. And then it says